Welcome back to my channel. Stefan Wolf is here with not another sharpening video as usual. Let's talk about this knife, this little guy, Manly Peak one-hand opening version in CPM S90V steel. You already have seen sharpening video with this steel and this knife. What about the knife? I have mixed feelings. I don't like some of the knives produced by the company. And yes, I'm from Bulgaria and the company is Bulgarian, but that doesn't mean that I can have an opinion about its product. It's not only national pride, it's personal opinion. With negatives, so what I don't like about this knife. You just saw it. It's just slow to open. There is nothing wrong with a little bit slow to open knives. You all know about the cold steel, triad-walk, backwalk knives. They are not the fastest, but if you are spoiled with things like Spider Paramilitary 2 or any benchmade axis walk knife, for you this is a little bit cumbersome and it doesn't give you joy and it doesn't check all the boxes. Keep in mind that this opening, so it's smooth, it's not gritty, was achieved after I did a couple of things to the knife. Just to show you. So, this is my computer. A couple of pictures. So the bolts are hex or Allen keys 1.5 and 2 millimeters, and yes, the knife comes with wrenches in this size to be disassembled, but I will tell you why I don't like them. So, parts. Yeah, you can see I did a slot in one of the bolts. So look at that. This is the knife after just 4 days of owning it. So it's first disassembled. I bought it, I tried to open it, to disassemble it, and the screw that holding the back plate of the pocket clip just stripped. I don't know why, using the wrenches in the box. So I bought a good one, a Vera, and you can see the dirtiness around the pivot. Look at that. I don't know why. I work at office and I didn't wear this knife more than 2 days after I bought it. Don't know what to say. I don't know the reason why this knife is so dirty from the factory. You can see burnings from the laser cuts, the washer and the grit on the washer. This is just from cleaning the scales and the washers. Again, too dirty for a new knife. The pivot hole, the surface finishing of the locking bar. It's nothing too disappointing. I have seen Spyderco Enduros even in ZDP 189, which are twice the cost. with such finish of the internal parts. again. So after cleaning, polishing the washers and polishing the two contact points for the opening, for the smooth opening. So this part of the back walk, the walking lever, and the round part of the heel of the knife, which contacts with this part. I'm using ballisto, and this is for sharpening of the knife. So let's pause here. Excuse me, it's early in the morning before work and my voice is a little bit rough and down. Not a bad knife. What I like the knife. So what I don't like of the knife, the speed of opening. And if they do a second generation, I hope they will address this issue. In my opinion, you can reduce the required force and make it faster if the tension of the spring is a little bit low, but I will never do anything about the walking system in folding knife, because I can compromise the safety of the walking system. So this thing, and I don't like this is just a cosmetic, it doesn't do anything with the work of the knife. I don't like how raised the pivot is, and I don't like the raised hardware of the back plate for the pocket clip. The other screws or bolts are flush with the handle, and this is perfectly fine for me. So about the good things of the knife, the G10 is of good quality, the finish is good, the texture is plenty enough, the clips is very nice, I like it, it's one of the best clips I have ever used. And this part I already told you, I don't like how it's not recessed. No jimping. I don't know why. No jimping. I like jimping in this area. I don't care about this. They do not bother me, but I can go without them. This I don't think adds also with the Boyd detent in the Spyderco backwalk knives. Just give me a rounded corners and I will be plenty happy. The construction you saw, two liners. By the way, I like the authoritarian snap, the authority of the closure. No horizontal play in the blade, no vertical play in the blade. Only if you go with the force on a cutting board, you will see, you feel just a little bit give up of the backwalk system, but it's better than most of the Spyderco backwalk knives that I have ever used. So good point for Manly in this. By the way, the name of the model on the backwalk. Points for Manly. The best thing of this knife is the blade. By the way, the centering is good. The grind is a little bit uneven at the point, but as I said, I have seen plenty of Spyderco Enduros with off grinds. The best part of this blade, of this knife, is the blade. It's thin. It's thin enough to be pleasure to be used, to be easy to be used. The finish is just okay. I don't have any problems with that. I don't care about it. The hole is just fine, but unfortunately it doesn't serve me as well as the Spyderco opening holes and their superb opening speeds. I had problems with the grind at the base of the edge, and I showed you that in the previous sharpening video. thin blade stock. What about the steel? I can tell you many things about CPM S90V. It's my first knife in that steel, and I use this knife straight for 30 days. This is 1 month of use, every single day. And at the 3rd week of use, the knife needed sharpening, but I cut a lot of cardboard boxes and packing stripping. The sharpening is easy if you have the right stones. I like to use silicon carbide stones with high carbide steel. It's easy to sharpen, it's fast to sharpen, it can achieve very fine and polished edge, so of course very sharp edge. And unfortunately I will sell this knife. I will tell you why I say unfortunately, because the knife is solid. If this is your first, a little bit high-end, I'm speaking about the steel knife. So if you are used to cheap Kershaws or Ganzo knives, you will see that there is quality here. It's taught about many things, but some things are not as pleasurable for day-to-day use. And for me, the two things that breaks the deal are the opening speed is just not pleasure. There is no fidgeting factor as, let's say, my Spyder Paramilitary 2, and I open my broken skull by cold steel easier and faster, more pleasurable. So the speed, and it's just not exciting. It's solid knife. It's like Buck 110. So a good solid knife for you to carry and to use, but it doesn't make me feel good, and it's just a tool. So if you need a knife to use, to carry, and by the way, the price is very nice. The quality is good. I wish they change some things in the next generation if there is one. And I will rebuy it and revisit it if they do such things. But it's not fun for me. Knives like watches and other things are toys for grown-up boys. Let's say it in this manner. And good knife, but there is need for pleasure in the hobby, and this knife doesn't give me pleasure. By the way, that's the box, simple cardboard box, the markings, and the 2 wrenches. I don't like them. And of course you have papers with the knife about the type of steel and dimensions. If you want solid knife for working and on a good price, buy one, try it, even in D2 steel. I think in day-to-day use you will not see a big difference between D2 and CPM S90V. But if you are spoiled with modern, more expensive knives, probably you will be a little bit disappointed. It's a shame because it's very nice. This is one of the best pocket clips I have ever used, and one of the thinnest ground full flat blades I have ever used. I really hope they will do a couple of changes. I really do. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.